Okay, so I saw a post on Reddit, someone asking for help again. I decided, you know what, I'll do this again. So let me fix that. Okay. What was I gonna say? So this person is a 600 MMR player. It's the Bloodseeker. Should be in his player perspective right now. I just think he has the Lena clicked on. Anyway, so he's a 600 MMR player, and he was asking about how not to die in lane, how to harass more. He said he'd been watching some of Purge's videos, replay analysis, talking about how the player was missing kills all over, and he's been trying to play more aggressive, but he just keeps dying in lane. So I will watch from his player perspective. I already tried recording this once, so and I'd left my mic and stuff muted, and there was a crash, so I decided, well, no, I'll just redo this. I'll do 2 games. This one I'll just kind of breeze through, go over the mistakes I noticed last time. Since this was mostly about laning, I'm basically just doing like the first 8 minutes of the game, maybe. So the first thing I said was that he should probably be going for this rune spot over here, instead of trying to block the lane. It's nice, but first of all, I doubt he really can block the lane. I'm sure you'll probably miss it, so unless you can work on it more, it's definitely not worth it. But if you got this bounty rune, you would have gotten your Orb of Venom immediately. In any way, even if you couldn't, in this case, the Lena ends up dying, and you probably could have at least scared them off a bit, maybe, force them to reconsider. You could have just stayed there and backed up, but still the chance of getting that and then just getting your Orb of Venom right away. I don't think getting an Orb of Venom is the best idea, especially as an offlaner. In this game, you are solo offlane, so even as a Bloodseeker, you probably would want some more regen than just a set of tangos, because generally as Bloodseeker, you don't need much regen, because you can just get last hits and get regen, but in this case, you probably can't. It depends on what their lane is, but you're probably going to have issues last hitting, just because 1, you're not the best last hitter, and 2, they're going to have a very aggressive lane. So it's probably good to get a salve or something. So let's go forward. Immediately, there's one of those positional mistakes that you see Purge talking about, and you don't take advantage of it. The CM comes right up here. And now, immediately, if you just clicked on her, you would see that she doesn't have any HP regen. She has her stun, but that's it. But you keep on walking. You keep walking. Your creeps start attacking her. You keep on walking. You just straight up didn't notice this. And first of all, this is so bad from her, because not only is she risking dying here, she's keeping these 2 creeps from going up there. So to this like you had some sort of fissure block on 2 creeps or some shit. They're not going to get there. The wave's going to push out. This is actually really good for you, but you don't take advantage of it. You actually take a lot of damage, and then you start right-clicking her. If you had done this earlier, she would have had to run past you. Even if she's stunned, you're still probably faster than her. 290 movement speed, 280. Yeah, you're a bit faster than her. If you Blood Rage started attacking her, you'd have her down to 100 HP by right now. You might not even be able to get the kill, but she's going to have to go to base. 100% she'd have to. But anyway, another creep gets pulled away, and now, right now, the creep wave is just one range creep against their whole creep wave, and Witch Doctor's attacking it. This is going to die really fucking fast. The creep is going to get pushed this way. You need to be getting back. But instead here you decide, well, I saw Purge say that I can get people out of position and get kills. So you go in against 4 creeps, 2 heroes. And there's no way you're going to be able to out DPS them at all. What you want to... so you end up dying here, straight up. So that was just bad. Before going in, you have to pay attention to how many creeps there were, because I think these creeps ended up doing about 90 damage to you on top of what the heroes are doing. And even if there weren't creeps there, you probably would have died from this, but still. And if that bounced badly, I can hit you again, you'd definitely die, but if it just went among the creeps, if you had that extra health, you could have lived. So, yeah, that's immediately another mistake. In this lane, as an offlane Bloodseeker, that's not something Bloodseeker isn't really that great of an offlaner, unless he's in against another, solo lane. You basically just want to be getting levels. You're not going to be able to really interrupt their farm much. You might be able to get a few denies, a few last hits if the wave gets pushed up a lot, which these people are going to be doing. I mean, they're auto-attacking. They're going to be pushing up the lane, so you can just get some last hits under tower, soak up some XP, get your levels. And you just have to accept that kills aren't going to happen, and the best thing you can do is not feed. Also, because their team has a Huskar, who's basically permanently going to be at low health for most of the game, it's going to allow you to get solo XP, get your thirst up. And once you have like maybe 2 levels in thirst, 3 levels in thirst, whatever, and Huskar starts sitting at low health more once he gets his Morbid Mask, let's say you're about level 5 or 6 when he gets it, you'd have basically a permanent thirst charge, and that's when you can maybe start going and getting some kills. But level 1 against this lane. Also, another thing I'd like to point out is when you're going up against like a 2v1 or something, although you are eventually going to get an XP advantage, at level 1 they have the XP advantage. They have 2 spells and you have 1 spell. Whereas maybe later on you might hit level 3 while they're all still level 2 or whatever. Early on like this, they're going to have a level advantage. They can get a kill and you really can't go in. So, I think this was mostly important stuff there. That this is just solo lane, and you can't really try to play too aggressive unless they are stupidly out of position, like like the Crystal Maiden was coming up here. This goes on more. I think you end up feeding 3 more kills to them. Let's see. So yeah, again, you go up into their. Actually, this isn't too awful because the waves up here. But yeah, you have to be where the waves start to push out again. Just paying attention to the wave is going to help you a lot. This Shakira doesn't have regen and is still level 1. A lot of people in this game don't have regen. And it's 600 MR, so it's kind of be expected. So, let's go forward. See if there's anything else I'd like to point out. Okay. So again, Again, you tank a lot of creep damage here. Your wave dies out. They have 2 ranged creeps. They have 6 melee creeps, and you just have 3 melees, 1 ranged. So once again, creep wave is going to push really fast. They're attacking the creeps. And I think right here you end up tanking a lot of creep damage. Yeah, you walk up, aggro the creeps. Actually, I think Jakiro aggro's them. Yeah, I think he does. So actually, I'll go back into the combat logs and see how much damage just the creeps did to Jakiro here, so you can kind of get an idea of how important it is. And then you run forward, so I'll do it on you too. Okay. So, let's go into this combat log. Target Jakiro. Interval on the last 10 seconds, refresh. So, let's count all the creep damage. 11 damage, 22 damage, 32 damage, 43 damage, 55 damage, 67 damage, 78 damage, 88 damage, 97 damage, 106 damage, 117 damage, 129 damage, 140 damage, 147, 156, 167, 178, 188, 200, 209, 216. Yeah, Jakiro took 216 damage from creeps because he stood there and tanked 6 melee creeps, 2 range creeps. That's a shit ton. So he took 206 damage, and then once you die, we'll see how much of this was creep damage. Like, that's really important, and you really need to be paying attention to where the wave is. Oh, why am I so zoomed out? Okay. See, this kill could have worked if they didn't have this massive creep wave. You might actually, yeah, no, okay, you didn't. You came close. Maybe if you blood raged or something, you could have gotten it, but still. So let's go into the combat log again and see how much you took from creeps in the last 10 seconds. Okay, so here 206. You took 24, 28. But you had a stout shield, so you're taking a bit less. So let's see, 24, 28, 31, 34. 46, 57, 66, 70, 72, 84, 93, 96. There's no, so 109, 121, 125, 128. 141, 143, 147, 150, 161, 164, 176, 178, 181, 193, 195, 207, 210, 221. So you took 221 damage from creeps, and how much health did you have in the first place? So 221, you took a third of your health's damage in just creeps. So you have to be aware of where the creep wave is. That's a stupid amount of health to just lose. So you ended up dying here. You fed another kill. Jakiro fed a kill. Why is it zooming out like this? I don't think I'm doing it. Okay. Whatever. So let's go forward again.
Whoa!
And with Maledict on you, that also does a ton of damage. So.
Oh, Radiant's top 10. Man, you might as well save that energy.
Now you get a chance to last it under tower. Although I think you ended up missing all but one of them. It is hard to last it under tower. You can go look up. There's definitely guides on it. But yeah, it's pretty complicated, especially with weird creep waves like this one with the catapult and double range creeps. Okay. Oh god, why is this not slowing down? I was hitting the speed up button. I'm an idiot. Okay. So up here. Once again, Jakiro goes in for some stupid aggressive shit, and you've already fed 3 kills. This lane isn't really going, like, unless they're out of position again, you guys aren't going to be able to force a kill. You have 1 stun. You don't have, you actually have Jakiro slow, to be fair, but, yeah, it would take almost perfect coordination to get a kill. So Jakiro runs in, and misses his stun, whatever. And then you guys decide to go on this Witch Doctor, but Troll didn't actually take much damage there, and he's ranged. He can just come back in.
Oh boy, Dire's middle
I don't know if
tower's
either of you
under
die
attack.
here. I think both of you, like, barely lived, or Jakiro might die. No, I don't think he does. But whatever, like, it's stupid aggression like that. Like, you have to be taking advantage of their mistakes, not just, like, just, like, trying to make a kill happen in a lane that's already going bad isn't gonna work, unless there's some mistake you're capitalizing on. So, let's go forward some more. And that went decently for you, I guess. Jakiro went out, but now they're both kind of low health, but not low enough that you have your thirst, which is bad. Witch Doctor regens and Troll has lifesteal,
boy,
so
Dire's middle tower's under attack.
and they're just gonna regen back up anyway, and it stops being important. And now you're just flat out taking damage. You need to be like backing up before you go for a last hit. You want to back up and then walk in and get the last hit, because you just took once again half your health and damage there. Maybe if they each gotten like 2 right clicks, that would have been like 100 damage. But even then, it's still 100 damage for a last hit. I think at this point in the lane, you guys have fed 3 kills. You haven't actually contested farm at all. You only got 3 last hits. It's probably better to transition into your own jungle, because if this lane had been left alone, then it would have, like, it would be worse for them. They wouldn't have the 3 kills, they would have the same farm. So if you just transition to the jungle at this point, like, it's not going to get any better than it already is. You're probably just going to keep being unable to contest farm. Let's see. You get this last hit or they deny it? Okay, they didn't deny it. So you get some regen, but then they stun you again, and they probably get a lot more damage in. Yeah. And there's Pudge. This one I think I went over the first time. This one would be something I'd worry too much about. You didn't have any wards or anything. You knew Pudge was missing, but there was no way for you to get, like, you might not even been aware he was missing, but still there's no way for you to know he has an invis without warding or anything. And at this MR, that's probably the least of your worries. Pudge getting an invis rune and killing you isn't something that, like, you should be caring too much about trying to fix right now. So, yeah, let's go on to the other game. Recent games filter. Actually, yeah, I think this is it. Billing team. Yeah, watch replay. Let's see if this one wants to work this time. Yeah, it doesn't again. So, yeah, I think I might just end it here. I don't think that when I'm recording it's gonna let me, it's probably this bug with my recording software, I don't think it's gonna let me start up a new replay. Unless I actually downloaded the details, watch replay. Maybe if I exit this one properly and then do it, it might work, but I doubt it. Okay. And now what if I try? Yeah, it's not gonna work. So, I'll just end this here, I guess. I won't do the other one. So, hope you found some of this useful.